So now we're going to work on doing the other little pocket over here. We don't have to worry about doing an ID, so we're just going to fold this over as well, like so. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing on this one that I did with this one. We're going to turn in a small seam allowance before we attach it down. So I've got this portion already finished off here. As you see, like I say, when you're sewing leather, sometimes it has a tendency to stretch. As you can see, it's stretched out a little bit on the end, but we ain't worry about that because we're going to cut that off. So I'm going to layer this portion down onto the wallet here. And like I said, let me pull out my business card. And you see this portion will be for business cards, credit cards, or whatever else he wants to do. What I think I want to do on this, because you want the cards to kind of stick out a little bit, I'm going to cut a little of this off so that the cards will stick out and you can kind of see what's in there. So I cut a little bit of that off. So when I put that there now, and see when you slide the card in, the cards will kind of stick up a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch this down. So I've got the other pocket sewn in right here. So like we said before, on the other side you got the extra where the leather stretches, and we're just going to cut that excess off. So now you can take a business card and slide it down in there and see the card sticks out a little bit. So now I'm going to attempt the hardest part of the project of all. And that's where we're going to take a piece of leather and we're going to put it right here in the center. And we're going to make these little pouches to put additional cards. This is our center portion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out. Because like I said, this is my pattern. This is going to be the part that rides right in the middle. So I'm going to cut out a piece that's as wide as this. So here I'm going to outline it. And the good thing about this is I'm cutting pieces that are not the actual shape. And I'm probably cutting them bigger than I need them, but it's giving me an opportunity to customize it if I get it and it's not quite the right size. So I'm cutting this one out here. Okay, so this piece is going to end up going right in the center. And as we mentioned, this one also as well is going to be a place where you can store additional little things, little hidden things that you want to put in there. But before we top stitch it, I want to add the little pockets. And as you see, it's got 1, 2, 3 little pockets. I'm only going to do 2. I'm going to make one piece about 3.5 inches, and then I'm going to narrow down the rest of them by 1/2 inch. So I'm going to cut my pieces for my little pockets. So I'm using this as a pattern again. So I'm going to line this up. So I've got one big piece here. I got one that's a little bit shorter than that one, and I got one that's a little bit shorter. So you see how you've got the 1, 2, 3. So I'm only going to do 2 pockets, and then this one's going to be the bigger pocket. We're going to put down the first pocket is going to go down like so. The second pocket will go down on top of that, and then the third pocket will go down on top of that one. And this is where you want all 3 of your sides to be even. So as you see, mine are not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shape them up so that they're all the same width. Now we can see our defined pockets that go in the middle a little bit better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to top stitch all of these down because you really want that to happen on those 2. On this back piece, I'm going to put a piece of the fabric. I'm going to cut out another piece of liner that's a little bit bigger, and I'm going to follow the same steps to finish this off as I did when we actually did the inside of the wallet. I added the liner to the secret pocket where he can put like secret bills or whatever you want to do there. And then I've got the different pockets, and I'm going to stagger them, one pocket up top and one pocket at the bottom. So this is pretty much what you want them to look like. Remember, we're going to cut all of this off after we stitch it because like I said, leather does stretch as you sew it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stitch the side of this down. So I stitched down one side of my pockets where they line up there. So now I'm going to stitch across the bottom. So now stitch down my pockets so that your business cards can ride right there, and see how they kind of stick out in both places. Well, you see we got the extra on the side like I mentioned, so we're going to flip it over like we did the other sides, and we're going to trim the extra leather off. Now you've got the nice little pockets that you're going to attach to the center. So now we're going to line these up. We're going to attach on 3 sides, and then we're going to attach the top, because this will end up being a pocket here. So we're going to go over, down, and over, leaving this side open. Well, I've stitched down our pockets down to our wallet. So our wallet is pretty much finished as far as all of our compartments. You got your side piece here. You got your secret pocket there. You got your credit card and business card section there. And you got your ID portion here. So now all we got to do is connect this to the back of the wallet, so that inside you got the portion where the money goes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch the back of the wallet to the outside. We're going to leave the portion open where the money goes inside, and we're going to stitch in a U shape. When we get to this section on the end, you want to reinforce this and this one very well, since the wallet will be opened a lot to expose the dollars inside. I've attached the back portion of the wallet in place, and as you see, you got the opening for the bills. You got the spot for our driver's license. You got our credit card pockets, our hidden pocket, and an extra little pouch. See, and this goes in this way, and this goes in this way. And as you see, there's our wallet. I thought this was a very neat project. I had fun making it, and it was made from a nice, durable leather. So we went from this to this. Very simple. Happy sewing!